We're here. How you guys doing? Welcome back to the afternoon show here. Stock Markets with Bruce. Uncle Bruce here. Quick shout out to Pattern Integrity Films. Thank you, Pattern Integrity, becoming a member of the channel. Nice to have you guys on board with all of us today. Nice to see you. All kinds of members joining up today. Beautiful. We are running a little bit on the stock. We had a little run just a few minutes ago. Got up to the $204 range for the high of the day so far. Right now, 198.13. So it's off about $6 from the high of the day. Had a nice little spurt here. It's actually had a good run from about, I guess at the low of the day, which is about 10:30 this morning, 10:20 this morning. And it's been coming on ever since then, just ever so little at a time, though. It was really, not a lot. 182 was the low, then it was 183, and about by 11 o'clock, we were back up to 187. And in between 11 and 12, we kind of reached that 190 range. And then from about noon until 1, we hung around the 188 to 190 ballpark, not much. But then from 1 until 2, we got a couple of step-ups here. We went from 190 at 107 in the afternoon to 195 about 7-10 minutes later, backed off back to 192, then came on at 206 to 198, and then we hit at 230, 199, and now in the last few minutes we reached the 202, 203 range, and right now 198.29. Volume on the day, a very light 14,400,000 shares, and that is telling, very telling that we have that little volume making this kind of a move on the stock. Interesting. You would think that in order to get a $17 gain, you would need 50 million shares of buying power. Not the case. There just isn't that much for sale unless a hedge fund steps in there and tries to, crap the market out. There just isn't any stock. This is my opinion as to what's been happening here. Very, very thin on the sell side. Nibblers just keep coming in. Buyers are slowly but surely buying up this stock. The dream team is the term that Kramer used this morning on CNBC, talking about how Ryan Cohen methodically is adding people to the payroll of this company that basically will transform GameStop from a brick and mortar company to a e-commerce company. And the 3 people that were announced today that are joining the company are from Amazon and from Chewy, as it looks like from the outside in, looks to me like Mr. Cohen is picking off key people from these outfits, and especially Chewy, his former company. He's basically taking the best of the best, and he's putting together a dream team here in Texas, bringing him on board and basically changing this company over. 198 to 199 right now is the stock price. Like I said, with not a lot of volume. The Dow is down 31 points. Not a problem there. That market hit its low just after noon hour Eastern time and has been climbing ever since. But I got to tell you, we really don't have a lot going on here. The Dow was only around 33,000 and the low 33,000 neighborhood. Let me take a peek here. 32,988, just under 33,000. It's now 33,140. So we've only had a 158-point gain, but it is actually approaching into the neighborhood of its all-time high or all-day high, 30 points away from its for its day high today. That's where it's at. The high all-time is 33,259. So the market is 116 points away from its all-time record high. So it's right up here, and it's climbing, quite methodically. Now down only 24 points. This market is coming on for the New York Exchange. The Dow. S&P 500 down 5.5 points. NASDAQ down 6.6 points. We are talking about markets that seem to be turning it around, but they're not going to the moon or anything like that, but they are turning it around on the indexes, the big indices, and we'll live with that. The NASDAQ is just about to break even. It's down only now 2.3 points. S&P down 3.6. The Dow now down only 10 points. So right now, the Dow is within 10 points of having an uptick. That would make it the just about the high trade of the day. 170. It's 7 points from the high of the day right now for the Dow 30. So very good. All right, we'll watch that. NASDAQ down 1.2. It's just about to turn. GameStop 198.47 right now. Oil down $1.09, $10 to $60.47. Oil is not going anywhere, and with the Suez Canal now open again, I just don't expect oil to stick around here. I don't think there's going to be any kind of shortages reported anywhere, but we'll see. These minute-to-minute transactions, these day-to-day fluctuations in commodities, they can sometimes be somewhat unpredictable, but overall, there's a lot of oil out there to be had. Right on. So there it is. That's the news right now on this market. Tuesday, March the 30th, as we watch GameStop reach the 199 level again, maybe taking another run at 200 here. AMC down 9 cents to 10.26. It was as low as 9.76 today. That was just after the opening, about 45 minutes into the day. It had a bit of a run to 10.52, and that was right off the first 15-minute mark, and then it backed off from 10.52 to 9.76, a 70-odd-cent drop. Then slowly came back into this 10.05, 10.10 range. Bottomed out again around $10 a share, 9.98, just about a little over an hour ago, but now has come on again to be ahead. Well, still down a little bit, but it's back to 10.26, down 9 cents. So volume on AMC, 34 million. Not much volume there. That's really quiet. Vector Acquisition down 39 cents. Nav Site Holdings down 6 cents. Social Capital, that's IPOE, up 19 cents, holding a gain all day here. Gores Holdings now down 21 cents. Looks like it's been kind of flatlining for the last little while, but it had a low of 12.81, a high of 13.44, now at 13.04. It's 21 cents from break even and has had a little bit of a run lately. We'll see if it breaks even today or better. VGAC up 3 cents at 10.14. Starboard up down 9 cents to 9.90. Fortress Value up 16 cents. It's been up all day, been flatlining all day. I'm wondering if we're in a halt situation though on FAII, because it's just been like a dead patient on a hospital bed. It's just not moving. Let me punch in the stock quote and see what's going on, if I can tell you anything to talk about here. FAII sitting at 10.10 all day here. And what is the deal? Is there an announcement anywhere? I don't have anything there. Let's go here. No, nothing being said. I've got nothing being talked about here. I don't have any news that I can see on my market watch. If anybody knows of anything going on with FAII, let me know. We will try to cover it as best we can with what we know. But it traded only, what was it, 1.1 million shares today. Very little. And then I think it's been halted, though, for a while. And right now at 10.10 last reported trade. Vanek Vectors, the computer chip ETF down 54 cents. Home Depot up 280 to 305 now. IBM down $1 to 134.85. Microsoft down 298. Apple down 154. Very quiet here. Tesla is up 19.72, getting a little bump. And then we have Bed Bath & Beyond up $1.12 to 29.52. It's been positive almost all day. And BlackBerry up 11 cents at 9.32. Cruise lines were higher. Last I saw, 85.84 on Royal Caribbean, up 2.97 a share. Norwegian up $1.19 to 27.40. Carnival up $1.18 to 26.81. So they're ahead. That we call that part of the reopening trade, is what we're seeing there, and that is definitely with airlines and other entities. That is the vibe of the reopening trade coming through here at the moment. We'll see how this translates out. Amazon's down $13 today. Disney up 72 cents to 185. Disney just can't get over 200, and I don't even know why it's up here. But then again, they're beginning to. Maybe Disney is going to reflect. Their share price will reflect their real situation, because they've had a tough year. tough 12 months, and the stock has been, I think, overpriced for almost all of that time. But that's just me. American Airlines, talk about the reopening trade, up $1.24 to 24.14. So the airline is having a good day today. But again, I think people are reading way too much into what these shares can do. But to each his own. It is what it is. GameStop 197.40, 197.10. So it got into the 199 range. It backed off again. We'll see if it's being messed with a little bit here. We'll keep an eye on it. It is off from its high trade of 204 now by about $7. And now it's 196.75. So it is running into some resistance, 196.63. There's somebody definitely hitting that bid. This is not natural selling. This is aggressive selling. It's being hit right now. The straight line drops are not normal. They're just not normal. Scott Camden, thank you, Scott, from the UK for your donation on PayPal. Just saw that on the corner of my eye pop up here on my phone. Thank you, as always, for supporting this channel as you do. I do appreciate it. 195.54 on GameStop, down another $1, running into some resistance right here. How low will it go? Don't know. 195.07 now. Again, more selling coming in at bids. The seller is not waiting for buyers to take them out. They're just going to the buyers and saying, I'm hitting you, I'm hitting you, you're filled, you're filled, you're filled, you're filled. And they're systematically just backing this stock off now $9 from its high of only 20 minutes ago. What can I tell you? It's what we are watching happen time and time again with GameStop, where hedge funds I think hedge funds are targeting the stock to try to get a low print. Tomorrow at the close is what it's all about. Tomorrow is the 31st of March. The end of the first quarter, 4 o'clock Eastern time is the end of the day. And whatever the stock prints at 4 o'clock tomorrow afternoon will be the end of the first quarter. And a lot of bonuses are on the line at the end of the first quarter, the second quarter, the third quarter, and year end, where managers who are carrying positions try to window dress their accounts. That's what we call it, window dressing. And the question will be, will GameStop be part of that window dressing phenomena tomorrow, where shorters are going to try to make the market look terrible to not look so bad off being short? Will the longs, on the other hand, want the stock to be higher to have a high print for the end of the first quarter to look like geniuses? And the rest of us are kind of watching the morons play the moron game and going, doesn't matter, long term, this is going a lot higher because of what these guys are doing anyway. But between now and then, we'll see. Also, tomorrow night, in the last 2 hours of the day, last hour of the day, a lot of index funds and a lot of other ETFs, they will be readjusting their portfolios tomorrow in the last hour. And GameStop is probably a stock that's going to see a lot of adjusting, where some funds will be selling, some funds will be buying. It'll be interesting to see how many shares are out there to be had. If a bunch of index funds need to buy GameStop because of the performance of the fund in the past few weeks and the valuation of GameStop inside the fund, will they be running into a wall of selling from hedge funds who are just motivated to drop this price? I don't know. We're going to watch and follow this. 195.80 right now on the stock. It seems to have kind of settled in here for a minute. Will the stock sort of settle in this 195 range and then take another run up, or is there another leg down coming on the GameStop? We will watch and see. We're here. I'll try to give you the play-by-play as best I can. There you go. Lots of activity here. The street does like the announcement that the company did make this morning. The street is very happy with it. They like the fact that GameStop has announced the acquisition or the stealing of more members of other companies' workforces. GameStop is absolutely targeting certain people at certain companies to join the company, and I think it has a lot to do with the Ryan Cohen factor and the Ryan Cohenization of this company. That is definitely, I think, going on, and he's going after the best people he knows, and he does know the Chewy people. He absolutely knows who the Chewy people are, and he is now targeting the key. There are key people at Chewy being targeted by GameStop. You got to wonder, the rest of the work staff over there, the folks who've been with Chewy for a little while, that were employees that joined when Cohen started that company. You got to wonder if some of these folks have been approached as well, and it's just a matter of every week or so, another bunch of people walk into their boss's offices and go, "I'm tendering my resignation. I'm leaving." "Where are you going?" "I'm going to GameStop." "Oh, there goes another one." You got to wonder, how many will he poach? Chewy, they may have to step up and try to keep some of these folks with increased pay raises or better bonuses, or who knows what. I don't know if there's anything they can do to attract these people. Over at Amazon, I got to figure that it would be a field day for the Cohen-led people to steal Amazon employees. I don't think they'd have much trouble at all, because Amazon employees that are being poached over there are probably they're in sort of the 3,000 to 5,000 priority range. There are like thousands ahead of them that are way higher up in salary and benefits and perks and titling and positioning. And now all of a sudden a headhunter comes along for GameStop and says, "How would you like to be the 80th most important person in GameStop?" As opposed to the 3,758th most important person here at Amazon, or the 10,500th most important person here at Amazon. Have you been, how you doing for benefits and perks? How would you like to have a much more aggressive and much more upside with regard to a stock option plan? Or how about perks like more holiday pay or holiday time or benefits? I mean, GameStop has got money. GameStop is coming after people, and they're gonna offer them some opportunities. Nat, thank you, Nat, Nate, thank you for becoming a member of this channel. I appreciate you joining us. This is great. 195, 196 right now on GameStop. How many others out there at other companies are being pursued by headhunters right now by the GameStop people? It could be someday the book will be written, I suppose, and maybe a few years from now we'll find out, where people will say, "Oh, I remember when I was being pursued by these guys. They were really coming after us." Or you may find that someone might say someday, "Oh yeah, there were 8 of us in this one department at Amazon, and we were in charge of handling the order flow and we'd written the software, and they were working us 24/7, and we couldn't get a day off. We couldn't get any kind of holiday time, or we'd want a holiday time and we couldn't get a week off because our boss said, 'Not now, you can't do it.'" We were just being swatted down and being just slaved. And then the headhunter started contacting this guy and that one and me, and we were being offered unbelievable opportunities to join GameStop, and they told us, "You are going to run the department. You don't have bosses. You don't have any boss. You are the boss. You are going to run this area. You guys come on over here en masse, and you run it the way you want it run, and you work it the way you want it to work. And we're all gamers." And that's the other thing about these employees. I think these employees that are being pilfered are all gamer. they love playing video games, and now they're working for one of the largest retailers and movers of product globally. It won't take them long to join in. It's going to be more fun being part of GameStop in that future than being in this massive, sterile Amazon machine where they're just lost in the ether. Feds, thanks, Feds, for coming on and joining this channel. Great to have you here, buddy. I appreciate you being here with us today. We're going to see what happens here. 194 right now in the stock, 193.90. It's still being messed with right now by some hedge fund. I am sure there's some selling coming in here, but it's just not going to matter. It's just not going to matter. Mess with it all you want, but at the end of the day, you guys, if you're short this stuff, you're in big trouble. You're going to lose a ton of money. Just I'm telling you right now, you're going to be really in trouble here. This stock, once this dream team is fully assembled and the new board members are announced and joining this company, watch out. We're anxiously awaiting. I mean, on pins and needles. I am waiting for the company to announce its new board members, the 8 new board members to replace the 8 outgoing board members. Who are these folks? What companies are they from? What experience? What area of business? You got to wonder: is it possible that Mark Cuban might join the board of directors of GameStop, or could it be? It may not be Elon, but maybe an Elon. One of his disciples joins the company. Elon will say, "Join that company." Yeah, join GameStop. I can't. I've got so much to do here. But I want you to be on the board of my company and that company. Yeah. I mean, what would that? It would be sensational. It would just be unthinkable. What about a senior law firm from Wall Street, or a senior one of the big Wall Street banks? They get one of their allies to join the board. That gives GameStop a straight alley right into the Wall Street canyon of power for advisory services. Should we do a special cash dividend? Should we do a stock split? When we issue stock to the street, how should we do it? Who should we use? You give me a power director, a seriously powerful director from Wall Street to join this company, this little tiny GameStop company with only 70 million shares outstanding. Just think about the impact on the shares of that kind of personnel coming into the board of directors of this company. These folks they're Ryan Cohen fans. They're going to want to be working with this young guy. He's 30. What is he? 35, 37. He's a young man. There could be some serious power in Wall Street going, yeah, we want to sidle up to this guy. Let's settle up with this guy. Let's get to know him. Yeah, let's make him an ally of our firm, because this company in the next 5 years could be a real going concern, and there's some real business to be had here. Let's be friends, yeah, rather than not. Why should we be on the outside looking in when we can be on the inside looking out? And we've got contacts inside this entity that can be really handy going forward with mergers, takeovers, acquisitions, financings, everything. I mean, the whole enchilada. This company is not going to be a sleepy little gaming company in Grapevine, Texas. It's not the deal. Just outside of Dallas. Not gonna do it. Going to be very busy, very active, and don't get in their way. Not a good idea. But 195 right now, 195.27 right now. A little better, but we'll see if there's a bounce back here towards the end of the day. We've got 38 minutes to go. 38 minutes in the trading day. The Dow's down 62. It tried to break even. It turned negative. Maybe it's a little sell-off before the final rally. We'll see. Hidden, thank you, Hidden, for this donation. I think the hedge funds will drive the stock to sub 100 by tomorrow for Q1. This is the question. These guys, they really haven't made a secret of this. There's no secret to what the hedge funds need to do. They are short. I don't know how many tens of millions of shares are these guys on the hook for, whether they've declared a short position or they are carrying undeclared short positions. I think there's a gazillion shares out there that are unaccounted for, that can't exist because only 70 million actually are in circulation in real life. There's 70 million shares issued from the treasury of this company. That's all there is. And the rest of them are artificial shorted. They're just failure to deliver. They're shorted stock. There's all kinds of problems here. I think the problems for the shorts, wonderful opportunities for those of you who hold the stock, because a bunch of these shares have to be picked up. They have to be purchased to cancel out these short positions. And the hedge funds, they're probably carrying serious amounts of shorting or short positions well down from here, or maybe $80 a share, $60 a share, $70 a share. They need to get the stock to come down so that the print tomorrow night at 4:00 Eastern is nowhere near here. But the company came up with an announcement today that's hardly a negative announcement. I mean, there's no reason to want to sell stock today with the kind of people they're picking up and pilfering from other firms. This is a sign to me that Mr. Cohen's having a kind of an easy time of it to convince people from other companies to come on over here to Grapevine, Texas, and join this company in the Dallas area, and grow this company into an e-commerce powerhouse seller. People smell an opportunity and they sense it, they see it, they know it, and they want in. They want in now. And this is a good thing. Janice the Lord, thank you, Janice the Lord, for being here as a member, for joining us. Welcome all of you coming in here. Appreciate you all popping in here and joining this channel. Fantastic. Some of the comments here. Well, let's make $200 the new floor price. How about that? Well, I think we got to get through tomorrow night. I think that's what it's about. 194.98 right now. We'll have to see how this wants to go. Let's go. Yep. Even Kramer was shining GME. Yep. He was talking about the fact that this Mr. Cohen is building a dream team. He's building a dream team for the e-commerce division. He sees it. It's completely obvious to Kramer. Anyone on Wall Street has to know, and why there are a lack. Why is there a lack of commentators and an absolute lack of analysts not covering this? Why aren't there analysts covering this stock? There's no one. There's like 5 analysts. There's no one else covering it. It's like no one wants to cover this stock. I wonder just what is going on with these hedge funds in New York or maybe New York connected. Have they scared off analysts? Have they? I don't understand it. I don't. Wall Street cannot stop this stock if that's what you think Wall Street's up to. They can't stop. They can't get it back to 20. They can't do it. They can't get it back to 30, 40, 50. Couldn't hold it down there. 193.46 right now. Another little wave coming in. It's inconsequential. These little waves mean nothing. They're 15.5 million shares traded. You're not scaring people out of the stock. I just don't see this happening. 193.65 now on the stock. Interesting. Let's go here. What else is going on? What else is going on? Everybody, thank you for being here. I'm just double checking my what's going on here on the stock here. On comments. Sorry. Yeah, there has to be millions of dollars looking for a nice entry dip here. And what else is going on here? 194.18 on the stock. Damn, Bruce, you're convincing me to cancel my sell orders on this stuff. What else? Okay, here we go. Let's say GameStop issues 1 million shares and sells it at a discount for 1.65 million. If SI is really high or like 100%, the sale of 1 million shares shouldn't make a difference. If the company were to issue 1 million shares right now, they'd raise $194 million. $194 a share, 1 million shares, 149 million. They have an authorization in with SEC. They've done a filing at the SEC that says that they might do a $100 million filing. They can't even issue 1 million shares right now. They can't issue 1 million shares. That would be over the $100 million level. So they really only be able to issue 500,000 shares. That is hardly a dilutive problem for this company to issue 500,000 shares. I mean, you kidding me? I think there's actually 69.4 million out. It would make it 69.9 million out. There'd still be less than 70 million outstanding. Yeah, I mean, if these guys issued 5 million shares at 200 a piece, they'd bring in $1 billion in cash. They don't owe $1 billion in cash to all their bankers. They have 600 in the bank now, 600 million, roughly 630, 620, plus $1 billion. They have 1.6 billion in cash. I think they owe $300 million. Is it even that much? Is it 275? It's like chump change. It's nothing in the scheme of Wall Street. $275 million owing for this company is nothing. It's a nada. It's a non-story. Yeah, these guys can raise billions of dollars on their stock whenever they choose to do so, but I don't think they want to do it at 193.74 a share. I think that's the problem for Wall Street. They don't want to sell it this cheap. Wally's World, you see it happening to these media analysts. How bad could it bring down the market while liftoff initiates? You know, like I say, these analysts, I'm stumped. I'm just stumped at how few analysts actually cover this story. It's the world's number one, or certainly in the top 10 most talked about stocks for the last 3 months now, since January. This stock has been talked about by everybody. It's always talked about by investors, always. And yet no analysts are picking up the story and running with it. I don't get it. I don't know why these guys are afraid or holding off, or have they been bribed away? I don't know. I don't get it. I 195.26 just jumped a couple of bucks here. I don't know what to make of this. It's the weirdest thing. Your words are like butter, says Janice the Lord. Could this squeeze go through the rest of the year? This could happen. I don't think we're going to sit here at these prices all that much longer. I don't think so. I think that we are potentially within days, and it could be tomorrow morning first thing, I don't know, but at any time, let's say it this way, at any time, we're going to find out who the new 8 directors are going to be, because they're going to be nominated to the board. Will the company announce 2 announcements every 3 days with 2 names at a time for like a week or 2? Are they going to play that game? Are they going to announce all 8 in one announcement? Are they going to announce one at a time? I don't know how this is going to go down. I would, if I was advising them, I guess, I might say, why don't you do 2 announcements a week for 2 weeks, 2 each time? So, maybe tomorrow or Thursday announce 2 directors, and on Monday morning, first thing, announce 2 more directors, and then next week, Friday, to announce 2 more directors, and then a week after that, by Tuesday, 2 more. That'll get you into sort of the first 10 days of April. You've revealed who 8 directors are, and you've had time to hype each one of them. and if one of them is a Wall Street power broker, a director of Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, Bank of America, I don't know, somebody senior, Merrill Lynch, Piper, Jeffrey, I know, pick one. I don't care, pick one. They could talk about that guy for a week. Just that guy. What does it mean that this person, guy or girl, has joined the board of directors of GameStop? Their background is this. They're directors of 7 different companies, one of which is this powerful brokerage company in New York, investment banker. There's something to chew on for a good week of time while they come out with another announcement with 2 more directors, and maybe one of them is a Microsoft director. How about a director from Microsoft and 5 other companies that the directors have? I mean, folks, we're talking about 8 people that could come onto this company's board that themselves are each 5 directors of 5 other companies. We're talking about 40 different corporations of experience coming onto the board of this company all at one time. And there's Wall Street, there's Microsoft, there's e-commerce, there's just open your eyes, open your mind to the possibilities of what we're dealing with here. Really well connected. Maybe we have a senior hedge fund director coming in. Hedge fund with 80 billion under administration, or maybe a director of a mutual fund company comes into this company. We're talking about access to billions of dollars of capital that could be utilized through this contact. Think outside the box, guys. I'm telling you, 197 on the stock now. This is coming at any time. Today was a nice little announcement of 3 people who've been hired. Very good, very nice. Not the announcement I'm looking for to move on with. The one I'm looking for is the 8 new directors. Who are these going to be, and who are they connected to? And wow, what's going to happen here? Access Denied is here as a member. Thank you, Access Denied, for coming in here. Appreciate it. Another member. Yeah, man. I'm telling you, this is the edge of something much bigger. And then, of course, the annual meeting will be held in June. So that's, next, what is that, 6, 7, 8 weeks. Between now and then, there'll be a lot of speculation. Other hires will be announced, I'm sure. The pressure's on. These firms, these funds are short stock, a lot of stock, too much stock at much too low prices than this. And stock doesn't come back. Cav, hypothetically, is Jen opposed to the auditory confirmation that she may or may not like to rock? Well, Jen is a fan of country. She loves country music a lot, but she likes her rock and roll. Yeah, she likes her rock and roll, but Jen is definitely a fan of country music. So if she's driving the car, like when I get a Tesla someday, when she's driving the Tesla on her own, she'll have her music on. And when I'm driving the Tesla on my own, I'll have different music on. And then when we're together, it's kind of a little this and a little that to kind of work it out. But that's all right. We've been able to work through that for quite a few decades. It's all good. All right. Bruce is the best cheerleader. Welcome access to the family. I like your talking, Bruce. If the Hedgies weren't fighting this thing, we'd already be above 300. I think we'd be well beyond that. Well beyond that. Thank you guys for following me and being here today. This is terrific. Good old Johnny Cash. Not really. Oh, Jen was almost perfect, but country. I don't mind a little bit of Garth Brooks. I like country music that has drums and that has vocals, good vocals, and has a good old steel guitar. I don't like this depressing. This depressing put your head in a bucket music. I don't ever like that anyway. But in country, man, if it's a fiddle and a guitar, that's not enough for me. I gotta have a lot more than that, man. That is. Don't give me that depressing stuff. Keep that to yourself. Anyway, what can I say?
You like Dwight Yoakam.
I love Dwight Yoakam, but he doesn't sing sad songs.
You'll be sorry you asked.
Yeah, but again, that has drums in it. You'll be sorry you asked that, and that's not a Dwight Yoakam song, That's a classic from what's his name? The guy he did that with. I can't remember his partner. He had a country legend singing that one with him. Oh, I love Dwight Yoakam. I love Dwight Yoakam. Great guitar licks and everything else. Yeah, they got the drum set in there. Yeah, but boy, don't give me this sad country music, the tear fest music. I'm not into that. No, thank you. I haven't got time to cry. I have time to live. Okay, got to move forward here. 195.67 on GameStop. How much time left? 23 minutes in the market. The Dow down 49 points. S&P down 5. NASDAQ turned the corner, +8. NASDAQ went up. Oil down $1.16. So the markets are mixed. With the S&P very close to flat line. New York only 54 points away from a pop. So we'll see what's going on here. Yeah, don't give me pressing head in the bucket music. Don't give me that. Don't want that. No. This little country rock and roll stuff. Don't give me that either. Thank you. Let's get those thumbs up for Bruce. How many we got? Are there any thumbs ups on this show at all? 928. We're not even at 1,000 thumbs ups, guys. Thank you so much for being here. But come on, 4,600 of you. We only have 921, and we got 20 thumbs downs. We're only at a 50-to-1 ratio. Guys, come on. Hit that thumbs up button for me. Come on. Make it happen. Make it happen. Thank you so much. Let's get that. Oh, there is 1,100 right now. Let's keep it coming, and let's get the 55, 60-to-1, 70-to-1 on the thumbs ups. 1,200 thumbs ups. Only 24 down. Yeah, let's hit these guys. Let's get this going, baby. Yeah, show YouTube, but this channel's all about it's the good time hour. Scott Comben, thank you, buddy, again for that donation on PayPal. I mean, it's as steady as ever. I love you, man. You're awesome. And I also wanted to say another shout out. I want to say thank you to somebody earlier today made a donation. I missed this, and I wanted to make sure I didn't miss it. Here we go. It was Ross Brandenburg. Ross Brandenburg, thank you for this donation on PayPal earlier today. You're the best. Here's some bagels on me. Thank you, man, for your very generous donation on PayPal this morning. I did miss that with all of the work I was doing today. So thank you, all of you, for being there for me. We now have 1,600 thumbs ups, only 24 thumbs downs, smashing that ratio beautifully. Thank you, guys. 64-to-1 now on the thumbs and thumbs down ratio. That is awesome stuff. I do appreciate you for this. 196.16 on the GameStop. We'll see if this will give us a little run here in the last 20 minutes or not. Up 14.86. It's been a good day. Will the hedge funds leave it alone, or will they jump in here to muck it up like they tried last night and the night before to stop this stock from having a nice up day? Are they going to just try to drop this by $14 and have it unchanged? We'll find out in moments. We're down to 20 minutes to go on the trading day, and we'll see what comes of it. Thank you, all of you, for your support. KW, you skipped my question. Do you think a squeeze will happen like January? Like I say, the squeeze, I think, is an ongoing war. I think this is a war of billions of dollars, in my opinion. At $200 a share, with 70 million outstanding, it's a $14 billion market cap officially. But at $200 a share with 250 million actually trading hands, that's a $50 billion market cap company. We're talking a ton of money out there in this stock. I think there's close to $50 billion purchased of this stock, and yet the official market cap is only 14 billion. There's $34 billion of short money out there that can be had by you guys. It's available to you. The only way you're going to get it, though, is don't sell this stock to these guys. Get the dips, pick it up, and put it away, and let Mr. Cohen do what he's doing with his dream team. That's my contention. That's my hunch on this thing. There could be upwards of $30 billion shorted all over the street, and maybe that's why a bunch of analysts aren't covering the stock, because they don't want to make certain hedge funds angry at what they're doing. That could be it. I don't know why are so few analysts actually covering the story of GameStop's transformation. You're leaving it to bloggers and vloggers like me. I am not owned by a hedge fund. I'm not employed by a brokerage house. I'm just a guy in front of a computer in Creston, British Columbia, telling you what I see on the play-by-play here, asking you to kind of like the channel if you don't mind. Please like the channel and become a member, and throw the thumbs up if you can. And thank you for these donations. I don't own any stock in GameStop. I don't have any options. I just live and die with you guys how this stock does. And I just have this gut feeling that it's not coming down. 197 right now is the stock price, up 15.70. We've got 17, 18 minutes to go. So there you have it. That's what's going on here from where I sit with this experience that I've got. Tell me if I'm wrong. Please tell me if I'm wrong. All weed, no money. Copulate while fighting is playing in Russia. Bring it to me, baby. I want to rock. Oh, okay. We want to rock is right. This squeeze is a long-term squeeze. Absolutely. January's $483 price. Small potatoes. Yeah. To quote the guy from The Godfather, what was it? Godfather 2? Small potatoes. Yeah, he was small potatoes. Yeah. Love that movie. Love both of those Godfather movies. I don't think I ever saw Godfather 3. I think 1 and 2 were just so excellently made that I was quite happy to be at that end of story right there. I didn't need to go any further with the Godfather series. But yeah, what can I say? Did you leave the Cayman Islands to come back to Canada? Killian wants to know. Jennifer and I and Jennifer Jr., we weren't sure where we were going to end up for sure towards the end of our run in the Caymans. And so we had traveled for, excuse me, we had traveled for about 6 months towards the end of our tenure because I had applied to the Cayman Islands government. I was looking to operate a consulting practice, an offshore consulting practice, as a kind of a one-man office, or maybe I would join another group as an associate. But it just didn't work out. I had an opportunity to stay on the island and join another company as an investment advisor, but I found that it was so limiting for what I was doing and what I wanted to do going forward, that I really wanted to be more of a consultant and to help a lot of different folks with offshore needs, whether they were just helping them find a banker, helping them find a lawyer, helping them find an accountant, helping them put a deal together with other partners that needed coordination. I kind of wanted to be a quarterback kind of a consulting guy, and I didn't necessarily. I found out that by the government of the islands actually helped me out by kicking us off the island. We had to be off the island for 6 months while we applied for this. And by being off the island for 6 months, I was still busy doing what I was doing. I was just doing it wherever I happened to be. And I realized, oh my God, I'm actually 22 years ahead of the world, because in 1999 or 2000, I was remote working, just like many of you are now. I was remote working 22 years ago. And it didn't matter whether I was in Orlando or New York or London or Bath, England. I was doing my thing because we were traveling on this extended trip, my daughter and wife and I. And I was in business no matter where I was. And I realized we can live anywhere. I don't need to live in the Cayman Islands. I could go back to Canada if I wanted to, or I could move somewhere else. And so now my wife and I had this decision to make. Where do you want to live? Randy, looking into SVAC, ready to pull the trigger, but GameStop is looking good to buy a few more. WWBD, what would Bruce do? If you're into SVAC, or if you're thinking to get into SVAC, a $9.89, good deal. That company is below the $10 issue price, and their merger will take place in the next 30 to 40 days. It should be finished. GameStop is what it is. It's a company under reconstruction, and the right people are being brought in, and we're about to find out who the next group of directors are going to be. There's a lot happening here, so it's your call, Randy, to figure out what you need to do. Maybe you need to get more money. Maybe that's what it is. I don't know. Let's see what happens with that. Anyway, Kirk says getting drunk sounds good. Hologram, Stockers of Bruce. I know you don't like penny stocks, but I just lived once my stimulus on HTZGQ. Hertz announced they'll exit Chapter 11 in June. I doubled my money in 10 days. Well, yeah, I stay away from this kind of stuff. I'm not sure what the rollback is going to be on the stock, and I don't know if you want to be in that thing at all. You may want to get out of there really quick. Anyway, did you name your daughter Jennifer Jr.? Oh, absolutely, that's her real name. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, sure. Jennifer Jr. I got my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife. I've got my Jennifer Jr. lookalike daughter. Oh, of course. Oh, sure. That's what we named her. Yeah. Bruce is my spirit animal. So anyway, we had to decide 6 months later, when we were officially notified in writing that the Cayman Islands government had declined our opportunity to register ourselves as an island-based consulting company. And I asked a good friend of mine, I said, why would they not allow me to do this? I think I'm good for the economy. I mean, my wife and daughter would live here. We have a car. We have, we'd have a place to live. We buy groceries. We spend money. We have relatives come and visit us all the time. I mean, I'm an income generator to the island. Am I not? Yeah, he said you are. But Bruce, this is an election year. You're applying in the wrong time of the year, and you also don't have any contacts in the government. You don't have any friends in the cabinet. You don't actually help any of these guys get elected. You're not, even though you're an expatriate and you can't vote, you can still help these guys who are in power stay in power, and they kind of remember guys like you when it comes time for stuff like this. And I'm going, I see what you. I get it now. I get it. Okay, and so. But when we got this letter, it was anticlimactic, because Jen and I were talking about this, going, well, we've been here a few years, and now we've been off for 5-6 months, and surprise, surprise, we don't need to be here to be doing this. We can live anywhere we want. So I said to Jen, we could live somewhere where it's cheaper to live than here, and that's not hard to find. I mean, living in the Cayman Islands is one of the most expensive places in the world to hang out at. So we could live somewhere else where it's a lot cheaper than this, but we could also live somewhere where it's kind of nice to want to live. So, the world is our oyster. Where would you like to live going forward for, the next couple of years? Or if we don't like it in 6 months, or 3 months, or a week, we leave. I mean, we don't have to make a decision right now forever, but what do you think? And we thought we don't want to move back to Canada right now. We've just been in a tropical island down here in the Caribbean Sea. I kind of like this nice warm weather, and so I sort of said to her, well, why don't we take a look at California? Why don't we look at Palm Desert, California? Hang out where all the Hollywood stars have a second home, where the Hollywood movie stars from the 30s moved to start it with. And then the television stars of the 50s and 60s, they all came to the desert. And then through the 80s and the 90s, a lot of Hollywood people have a home out here, and they spend the winter time here. Maybe we could try it. Why don't we try it? So we thought, let's fly there and let's see what happens. And so we ended up in Palm Desert, California, and we rented a condo. It was, I think when we got there, it was like April. So it was the end of the winter season, right at the end, getting warmer now. And here we are coming in rather than leaving like everyone else. We're coming into the area. So we ended up renting a 2-bedroom condo, 2 master bedrooms with their own separate bathrooms, full baths, and then a living room kitchen thing in the middle of it all. The rent was, in the wintertime at the height of the season, it would run you about $3,000 a month rent. This would be what we call turnkey, fully furnished tourist rates. We were paying $1,000 a month to start, and then it went down a month later to $800 a month, and then in the summer it would be $750 a month. Because there were hundreds of these available now, because nobody was renting in July and August. So we thought, well, we'll start with April and May. We'll do the first 2 months, and then we'll figure it out. And then we figured out to buy. I think, well, how did that work? But for that summer, I sent Jennifer and Jennifer Jr. up to Canada to visit relatives and friends, because it was summertime now, summer holidays. And I stayed down south a little longer, and then I worked my way up to Canada to do some business. And then we came back in late August. We were back, and we had by then already registered Jennifer Jr. into school. And so she started her school, and then Jennifer and I looked for a permanent place to rent on an annual basis. And that's when we came across a condo in Palm Desert that was on a golf course, as was this first one, by the way. But now we found a roomier one on a golf course, and we grabbed that place, and we stayed there for 7 years. The entire junior high and high school career of Jennifer Jr. was enjoyed in that region. And I was traveling in and out all the time. I would be there for a month, and I'd be gone for 2 weeks. I'd come back for 2 or 3 months, be gone for a week. And so to the Caymans and to the Bahamas and to Canada, I would be traveling, doing what I did, the offshore work. And it worked out just perfectly. And the cost to us was much lower than being in the Cayman Islands. That's how it ended up working out for us. The cost for us to be in California versus in the Caymans was not even half. It was less than half as expensive. And Palm Desert, California can be an expensive place depending on how you want to live in Palm Desert, California. But what we found was with a young gal, a young daughter living with us who was 13 and 14, her idea of going out for dinner was just fine if we went to the In-N-Out. She was quite happy doing that. She was quite happy if we went to Carl's Jr. or if we went to the shopping mall and ended up at the food court, and then Mom and Jennifer Jr. could walk around the mall together. Hey, that was a great night out. And so we found that living in that area, that we didn't have to live the high-end lifestyle of the rich and famous. We were quite happy being average middle-class folks in this area. We loved it. And of course, I just adored the weather and loved the scenery, and the fact that, You know what? We can just on a weekend. We can just jump in the car early Saturday morning, get going, head west, and we could go right down to Santa Monica and hang out at the pier for the day, or go to Venice Beach and walk around there and hang out there for the day, or we could go to Universal Studios if we had friends of ours coming down from Canada, stay with us for a few days. We would grab the car and on a Saturday morning, leave and would be at Universal Studios by 8 in the morning, 9 in the morning, have breakfast and be there for the day. And in the evening, we'd be back in the desert and enjoy the rides and do the Disneyland thing and check out the museums in LA. I mean, it was fabulous. So LA was it. The Dodgers were there for a Dodgers game anytime. Loved it. 195.80, 196 on the stock. It's getting messed with here in the last 5 minutes. I was wondering, would it get to 200 or would it come down? Would they mess with the stock? 194.97 right now on the GameStop shares. The Dow is down 162. Took a real dive here in the last 20 minutes. The Dow is at the low of the day. It's not having a good close. S&P down 20, NASDAQ down 44. It's a negative run. The GameStop right now, 194.97. Remember, all stocks and all commodities will be priced tomorrow night at the bell for the end of the first quarter. And there might be uncertainty in the market right now with regard to the end of the first quarter print. I don't know. That's tomorrow, 24 hours from now. There's positioning being done. 194.97, 195.26 on GameStop. We have 3 minutes to go in the day here. Or 4 minutes, 9 seconds, I guess, is what is showing on my TV. I want to make sure my TV is completely up to date. It looks like we are right up to speed here. Watching the last few hours coming in. Illumina, whatever company that is down 6.6%, down $26 a share. Don't know what they do, but they're down. 194.22 on GameStop right now, up 12.93 on the day. But it is not coming on with a flurry at the end of the day. It's being held back. We are down to about 3 minutes, 35 seconds to go. The Dow down 166, S&P down 20, NASDAQ down 50. And GameStop right now, 194, 193.50, coming down again. They are trying to hit the market on GameStop. At the end of the day, there is a sell wave coming in here to mess with the share price, I am assuming. Adderall, did you ever eat at Heritage Kitchen in the Caymans? Or it's up by West Bay Beach. It was so good. Heritage Kitchen. I remember Chicken in the one strip mall. We loved going there. They had the chicken on a spit. And we were up in West Bay. That's right. We lived up there. Heritage Kitchen. I don't recall it. There were a couple of pretty good places to eat. Well, there were a lot of good places to eat in the Caymans. The fun thing about the Caymans is Caymanians love to eat. 192.26 on the stock, getting hit again. It's only up 10.96 right now in the last 2 minutes of the day here. Coming in with a sell order right now. The hedge funds have been hitting the stock. 192, absolutely getting nailed right now on the stock. 192. Watching it come through here, we're going to see how hard they hit this bid or hit the bids. Anthony, hi, Spencer, Big Red Machine. And we got Jacob Seagull. Thank you, Jacob, for becoming a member of this channel. Love this. New members joining up here even during this market. Have you seen any of our American Meat GameStop short films? Rumor has it the hedgies don't like our shorts. Playlist is on our channel. I have to check that out. Pattern Integrity Films. Well, I'll be checking you out. 192.04 on the stock. Last minute and a bit. 1 minute, 50 seconds. What are they going to do in the last minute 50 on GameStop? 192.04, 192.25 is where the stock is right now. I got to go, y'all. Thanks for being an awesome community. Please remember, we've seen the stock market isn't as complicated as our emotions. Cav, you have a good one, buddy. Good to talk to you. I'll send you a message a little bit later tonight. You take care, buddy. 193.21, a little better. Last minute now, I guess. Coming into the last minute or so, 193.21 on GameStop. Down, up 11.91, 192.23 over here, 193.40 over there. I'm watching 3 different devices to see where it's coming out at here. 193.84. Got down to 192 a moment ago. Was that the low? Is there a little bounce back here? We're into the last 55 seconds of the day, still showing approximately an $11 gain. 193.84, 193.86, 192.70. We are jumping through here. It was as high as 204, $11 higher today. And that was within the last hour. It was about an hour ago. 193.03, 193.84, 193.27. Coming into the last moments of the day, 193.50 right now. The bell is about to go on the Dow. What is going on? We are now down 139 on the Dow, a little bounce back, 193.50 on GameStop. And S&P down 18, NASDAQ down 35. Not a serious drop off at the end of the day. 193.50 on GameStop. We are hitting the bell right there. We are done. And it looks like we've got a 193.59 final trade on GameStop, up 12.29 today. Probably the best closing price for the stock since, I guess, a few days ago, I suppose, back on... what was this? About a week or two ago. Let me take a look here. We did touch 218, but we couldn't close this high back a few days back on, was it Thursday or something like that? So this is probably the best high close, definitely in a week. This might be the best high close in almost a week and a half, 10 days. So that's what we got right now. Aftermarket 193 even on a little bit of trading. Let me just refresh my thing here. 1,900 so far on the aftermarket. Very quiet aftermarket session so far, as to be expected. Well, let's see what happens. 194 now on the aftermarket, from what I can tell you. An up day. Thank you very much. So that's better, but tomorrow night will be the one. Tomorrow night will be the one that we have to watch for. Quarter, end of the quarter, end of the month, March 31st. Tomorrow at 4 o'clock, 24 hours from now, will tell a big tale. There are a ton of option positions that expire this week at very high levels out of the market. There are puts that are out of the market also on the low end. There's a lot of gambling going on that this stock will be very volatile tomorrow. I'll be here. I don't know. I'm looking at on the long-term picture, longer term than this. Any info on warrant dividend forcing share covering? GTII warrant dividend offer X date 4/1, releases 4/8, but reported naked short of 40 million T1. I'm not sure. This is nothing to do with GameStop, so I'm not sure what this is about. But it could happen that if the company were to issue a dividend of a warrant, that would muck up the shorters like you couldn't believe on this one. Unreal. Jacob, Bruce, your daily streams help my roommate and I fund our seasonal bespoke incense business. If you could, give a shout out to Aroma Manser Arts on Etsy. All the scents are handmade in Houston, Texas. Well, there you go. There's a shout out right there. Tell you, if they were to hand out a warrant as a dividend, as a special dividend, something like maybe one warrant to all investors who own a share of the company, and if you put 3 warrants together, you can buy a share. That would be a 30% increase in the total number of shares outstanding. That would take the company up 21 million shares. But you don't want to do it down here. I don't think you'd want to do that down here. I don't think they want to issue 21 million shares at $192 a share. If you did the warrant when the stock got higher, maybe. But I keep coming back to the idea of doing a special cash dividend, a one-time special dividend of $5 a share would be the humdinger of humdingers. A $5 cash dividend, $350 million payout from the $630 million they got, $350 million to shareholders. Management has 26 million shares; they get 130 million. They could turn around with a pledge to say we're turning right around and we're putting after tax, that's like 80 million bucks. We're putting that into the treasury of the company for stock. We're exercising our own personal options. That would put 80 million of the 350 right back in the treasury. But a $5 cash dividend to all shares outstanding would mean that if you're short this stock, you're on the hook for the $5 dividend to whomever is out there who owns shorted stock. And I'm thinking there's 210 million shares out there at least, instead of 70 million out there, which means there's 140 million shares out there that need $700 million in dividend money. These shareholders get that money. They get that $5 dividend, even though that's more stock than is out there. The shorters are on the hook for the $5 a share. So every brokerage house is going to go, okay, we are sitting on 30 million short here inside this house, or 20 million or 10 million, whatever it is. Which clients of ours are short stock? Who hasn't delivered their paper to us? And they'll go, oh, hedge fund number one, you're short 100,000 shares. We're going to take 500,000 out of your account. Just taking it. You owe us $500,000, or you are 500,000 in the hole more than you are now. That money is going to the clearinghouse to pay out the dividends for the stock you're short. The next brokerage house, they're looking at oh yeah, we have 10 clients that are short a combined 1 million shares inside this brokerage firm, all over the country. There's 1 million shares shorted. We need $5 million from you guys. They'll just debit their account $5 million overall, and that money goes to the clearinghouse to distribute the money to the longs, because there are brokerage houses that own GameStop shares, and they're going, well, we own 2 million shares. We're supposed to get $10 million in dividend money that we're supposed to give to our clients. Well, you go to the clearinghouse to get the money, the DTCC, because the company's probably going to throw the dough into the DTCC for distribution. And this $1.05 billion has to be handed out. That's right. I'm trying to figure the math. $5 a share times 210 million shares. $1.05 billion has to be distributed in dividends to investors. But the company only has to give up 350 million of its own money, because they only have 70 million shares that they ever issued. All the shorters out there have to cough up the rest of it. Now that would cause such a commotion on this paper. It would run this market to levels you cannot believe, and so fast, because people want to get out from underneath this obligation. Yeah, I would think so. Very interesting. Let's see here. James, what is the merger date for GHVI and Matterport? I have heard that GHVI has a 40% short interest. Also, why can people buy options all the way up to 2022? Quite normal. You can issue options up to 18 months at least, if not longer, on any security, including GameStop. The GHVI Matterport deal is now, I think, 45 plus days into its 90-day time frame. So it is less than 45 days. We're talking 7 weeks or less that this deal will be completed by. And you don't want to be short this stuff. You don't want to be short this stock at all. Not GHVI. I think that's going to be a big mistake. Yvonne, can a squeeze happen in a pre-market or aftermarket, or just during the day? Anytime. It's really any time, but I would say that 80% of all the volume will take place during the market. Maybe 10% in the pre-market, 10% more in the aftermarket, but 80% of the stock will trade during the market hours. That's usually when it happens, Vivant. Samir, Bruce, love your channel. You have been I've been watching for months, I think is what you're saying. Can you do a shout out to my buddy who just started his own MSP IT business? He helps small mom and pops get out of the old tech age. Thanks, man. SPS Systems, spsystems.me. There you go. There's a shout out right there. Thank you for this donation. I appreciate it. Appreciate those. And good luck to your friend. Jacob, buying you another bagel because you remind me of my late Uncle Maverick, and it makes me so happy to see someone else with that brilliance and energy. Well, those are very kind words. Thank you very much for that. Thank you guys for all of your kind words and support. Yeah, wouldn't it be fun if they did a special dividend of $5 a share? Oh, that'd be hilarious. Hilarious. The stock would run right away. It would run because so many people would try to buy that stock up to get out from underneath the obligation. They don't want to do that. But if there's a 30-day window, if they announced it today and the dividend is payable in 30 days, Oh, there would be intense trading in the next 3 weeks because a week before the dividend is paid out is the record date. And if you're a shareholder, if you're short the stock or you're long the stock on that one day, you either get $5 a share or you pay $5 a share, and there's no getting out of it. So between now and 3 weeks from now, all hell would break loose on GameStop shares. There'd be a lot of hedge funds trying to get out from underneath that. But what can I say? They're going to lose more than that anyway. They're going to lose more than $5 a share. But they got to now pay cash just to hold their position. To hold it is $5 cash. So if you're short 1 million shares, you're coughing up $5 million to stay short 1 million shares. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. I would love it though. Stock went up to $300 a share. The company were to issue 1 million shares at $300 a piece, bring in $300 million. Just like that, $300 million, and then or maybe issue 3 million shares and bring in $900 million, and announce another special dividend for another $350 million. Just mess with these guys. Start doing a special dividend every 3 months. And then issue stock at a higher level each time, and then issue another special dividend and let the stock go. These shorters will just bleed money like you can't believe. Dean, hi Dean, how you doing, buddy? Dean Chester, hi Bruce, love your channel. Explain to my clients how banks could fold hedge funds on leveraged shorts, and I'll post it on my LinkedIn so you can get more traffic. I work at FX, so not bad guy here. Thanks. I'll explain to my clients how banks could fold hedge funds on leveraged shorts. How could they fold hedge funds on leveraged shorts? Not sure I understand the question. I might need a little more clarity on this. I just know that if a hedge fund is short stock, like any other investor is short stock, you don't have to be a hedge fund to be short. You're potentially going to suffer an unlimited loss if the market goes the wrong way on you. That's how this game works. So if the shares are shorted at 192, where they are right now, they go down, you can make money. But how far down can they go? They can't go to negative $500 a share. They can go to zero. Is GameStop going to go to zero? I don't think so. Is GameStop going back to 50 anytime soon? I don't think so. So maybe the downside for this shorter is 192 to 152. You know, there's a $40 flip, but I haven't seen it at 52 for what, 4 days now, 3 days? It doesn't seem to be giving up ground. So I don't know about that. Anyway, if you can buy it back for less, you make money. All right. But if you short the stock at 192, let's say you do 1 million shares, just to make it a big round number, hedge fund, all right? You're sorting 192, you're selling $192 million worth of stock, all right? So 192 million comes into the brokerage house, and it's in your account, but you can't touch that money. There's $192 million of cash in your account from the sale of 1 million shares at $192 a share. So there's a negative balance of 1 million shares negative, positive cash balance, $192 million. And now you have to put up margin to carry that position. You need equity. So if you have cash in your hedge funds are worth $10 billion, you can utilize either other security as your collateral for this short sale, or you can use cash. So the brokerage firm that's carrying your position might insist that you have at all times half the amount of money in cash on top of that $193 million or 192, whatever the stock trading. So you cough up, let's just round it off. You bring in $100 million cash, add that to your account. So now you're short $1 million. You're sitting on $293 million cash, and you're short 1 million shares. All right. Now the stock goes up, goes the wrong direction. All right. So it goes to $300 a share. All right. You're short 1 million shares, trading at 300, and you've got 293 million cash in the account. Well, the stock is to buy it back at 300 would cost you $300 million. You don't even have 300 million in your account. So the brokerage office is going to say you need $450 million of cash to hold a 1 million share short position that's trading at 300 a share. You got to bring in here the difference between what you have now, 293 million, and $450 million. We need 157 million more dollars to, you got to bring it in here. Or you got to transfer in stock that's marginable for this kind of capital. So they bring in another 157 million in cash, added to the balance. And now there's a balance of 450 million cash with a 1 million share short position at 300 a share. Stock goes up again, goes to $500 a share. What's the standing now? Got a million shares short, $500 price, but we only have 450 million cash. With a 500 million share short position, you need 750 million cash. You got to add the difference between what you got, 450 million, and 750. We need 350 more million or 250 more million, whatever it is, 300 million more in cash. You bring in 300 million more cash, everything's okay. This cash problem is getting bigger all the time. Every time the stock goes up $1, your short position is $1 million more out of the money. You need a 1.5 million more equity to carry the deal. You only brought in $193 million when you sold the stuff at 193 a share. It's trading at 500, and you're on the hook every time it goes higher. So if you start to buy it back because you want to get out, you have 750 million in the account, you need to buy it back. The broker's sitting there going, yeah, we'll let you buy the stock back. Every share you buy back is less money you have to keep here to margin what you have left, but you are spending money every time you buy stock as well. Can you get your million back at 500? Because if you can, you only spent 500 million to get the stock back, and the other 250 million that's sitting here, you can have that as your money. That's your money. You can leave with that. But of course, you know what this means. You sold the stock for 193 million. You bought the stock for 500 million. You lost $307 million on your trade. That's what happens. So there are hedge funds out there who are leveraging brokerage money, leveraging bankers' money to bring in this cash because they're borrowing it against other assets that they're managing because they don't want to sell all the other stuff that they have to keep putting money into this trade that they're carrying. But if they manage to bring in 750 million total cash, the 193 plus the money they're putting up to carry 1 million shares at $500 a share, all is carried, and the stock now goes to $1,000 a share, they got a really big problem now. They're short $1 billion in stock. They need $1.5 billion in collateral against it. They only got 193 from selling it. They got to come up with 1.3 billion in cash to hold a 1 million share short position. They might not want to do that, and they may find that we are going to start buying back this stuff and selling off other stuff to buy back this stuff, because at $1,000 a share, we now have to spend $1 billion to buy the stock back. And the first 193 million is all we got from selling all this stuff. So that only buys back 19% of the stock. And that's assuming when they try to buy 1 million shares, they're not moving the market any higher. But what are the odds of that? Could be rather slim. By the time they finish buying 1 million shares, they might move that market up to 1,100. That's another problem, bigger loss yet again. So this is how hedge funds could be very badly leveraged against a short position like a GameStop or any other stock. That's just how it is. Now, same thing can be said, though, if you bought stock in, say, I don't know, you bought Tesla at 900 a share and you used margin to buy it, and then the Tesla goes down to 500 a share. If you owned 1 million shares at 900 a share, you bought $900 million worth of stock, and the brokerage firm says, bring us 450 million, we'll lend you the other 450 to carry it. Great, you do that, but the stock goes down to 500 a share in like a month. The brokerage firm is going to say, hey, you're going to need to bring in more money here because we can only lend you 250 million against the stock's value. We had lent you 450 million against the stock's value, but now we can only lend you 250 million against the stock's value. We need 250 million from you to hold your position, which means you've put up 450 plus 250 more. You're into this thing for $700 million, and it's only worth $500 million. You're upside. You're down. You're down, and that's bad news. So that can happen on a margin call the other direction. It's not good. It can be very, very bad. Our friends, not our friends, but these guys over at Archegos, they were doing all kinds of leveraging with their portfolios. I mean, my gosh, they were into they had what, 4 billion of their own money, and they were running 120 billion of positions. So they were leveraged up to the wazoo with banks all over the place. And the rumors now are that some of these banks that are caught, even though they sold these guys out, they couldn't get all the money out that they were owing on these positions. The story is it's upwards of 15 to 20 billion might be the losses, but we're not sure who exactly is on the hook for all of that or part of it or whoever it is. But these rumors are swirling right now that it's worse than thought. I have a question. What brand of adult diapers do hedge fund managers wear? I want to invest in that diaper company. Oh man. Yeah, well, you can see what's happening here. The stock was 204 with about an hour and 20 minutes to go, and it dropped $12 or it dropped $10 in value in that time frame to mitigate the gain from $23 a share to $13 a share. Yet again, the stock has been slammed down to be less than 200 a share. This has happened several times now, not in the last little while. The stock gets over 200, gets slammed back. Gets over 200, gets slammed back. What does that tell you, folks? What does that mean for April 1, April 2, when the quarter is over? What could happen now? I wonder. I really wonder. I'm wondering if there are hedge funds out there who were absolutely convinced, you couldn't talk them out of it, that don't worry, we will keep doing these massive sell-offs, and we're going to get the stock down, and that'll bring a wave of selling in because people will give up. All these Wall Street bets people, they'll throw in the towel. All the Reddit people will throw in the towel. All the Cohen fans will not believe in him anymore. They'll all give it up, and it's just not happening, is it? So yeah, here we are at 193, 194 a share. We're not at 40, $50. Go figure. Isn't that something? Anyway, there you go, guys. There you go. The other thing I wonder about, of course, is when the brokerage community as a whole basically get told by the SEC and the DTCC people that we want you to eliminate half of your undeliverable stocks in the next 60 days. And then the next 60 days, we want half of the half again. And then the next 60 days, we want half of the half again, so that you're going to be down to maybe 12.5% of all the stock you're not delivering in the next 6 months or 9 months. That will create a squeeze across the board. I'm of the impression that all the money that's in the market right now will stay in the market right now. Will stay, but it'll be staying in the market with fewer shares actually represented, which means that the market will go up in value. Every stock that is part of this failure to deliver program will go up in price because you're going to squeeze just as much money into fewer stock. That's how this is going to go. So if you're long stocks that are on the failure to deliver list across the board out there, depending on how many shares are failure delivered, there will be more money coming into fewer shares because there'll be a demand for stock to get out from underneath the failure to deliver numbers. And I kind of wonder if this has already started or will continue or will be about to begin in a big noticeable way across thousands of securities, thousands, because I think this is a systemic issue, but I can't show you any statistics, unfortunately. That's not available to me. Wizard Owl, can the SEC stop options trading on GameStop? Can they stop it? I guess there's theoretical ways certain agencies can halt trading, but they can't eliminate them. They can't make it go away. Contracts are contracts, and they're out there. And the CME, the Chicago Mercantile Exchange, they're not going to be messed with. They have the right to be in business. They're conducting their affairs in an orderly, legal manner. So there's no way to stop that nonsense. No, there's no way to do that. I don't think so. KW, they don't get gamer mentality. Gamers pay money to grind hours to make fake money that never benefits their real life. They ain't ready for us. That's right. Gamers are bigger risk takers than hedge funds. Yeah, gamers have more chutzpah than hedge fund operators do, because gamers don't run multi-billion-dollar accounts on their own. They have hundreds and thousands of dollars that they handle, but not billions. These hedge fund guys are the nervous ninnies, and these are the guys that are going to be shook out big time. They're going to be messed with in a terrible way. And I think that once the street begins to try to cover up their short positions, to reverse out and buy their way out of it, these shares are in a free-for-all upward, an absolute rocket trajectory that just will not stop. And I think a ton of investors will pile into the market ahead of these guys on Wall Street, knowing that they have to buy. I don't have to buy, but I'm going to buy, because I know they have to buy hundreds of millions, tens of millions of shares. I don't know how many tens of millions. I'm getting in here at 191, 210, 240, 260. I'm buying in front of them, forcing them to pay even higher prices. And maybe from me at 800 a share or whatever it's going to. I don't know. I'll be here watching with you. Going to be a lot of fun here. It's going to be so much fun doing this. Oh my gosh. Anyway, there you go. Amazing. Yes, being a gamer prepared me for all this. Nervous knees. That's right. TD Ameritrade was bought by Schwab. I've been a security or risk manager consultant for years. Talk about risk, 20,000 into naked. Usually I don't do this, but this will work if we hold, guys. Every idle and grinding game I've ever played has prepared me for the GameStop squeeze. That's right. Bruce, we were broke before this. That's why we'll hold, because we got all the time in the world. We're broke anyway. So what's the difference? We have to hold another week or 2 or 3 to watch this run. So what? We're eating wieners and beans. We'll always be able to eat wieners and beans. It's not like we're going lower than that. So there you go. What can I say? Oh my gosh. Let's set a new high score. So much fun. What's going on here? Thank you so much for being here, you guys. How are we doing on the channel, by the way? We got 2,200 thumbs up. So I thank you for that today. We got 3,600 of you here. If any of you could kindly hit that thumbs up button for me, that would be great. We're getting to 38 thumbs down. So we're almost at a sort of a 40-to-1 ratio. I kind of like to be higher than that. So if you could hit that thumbs up button and get us up over 3,000, put those thumbs downs way down there where they should stay. Low factor. That would be cool, guys. Really cool. Hit that thumbs up button for me. There it is, 2,300 coming in now. Let's hit another 100 and keep those thumbs down where they belong in the trash heap. Let's get going. Looks like if we can get to 2,400, we'll have a 60-to-1 ratio on the thumbs ups to thumbs down ratio. So keep those thumbs ups coming in, guys. There's 2,400 right there. And let's get to 3,000 as fast as possible. Come on, you guys. Thank you for your support. Also, thank you to Marcus Wally. How many of your subscribers are from Canada or British Columbia? Shout out to Kamloops. I don't know. I don't know how many subscribers are from Canada. I don't know how many from the U.S. Can I check that on my? I probably can. I probably can check that in my analytics. I'll have to take a look someday. I have not had the time to do that kind of digging yet, but they are coming. The subscribers are coming into this channel from everywhere, and it is really great to see. Right now, we're holding. We have 105,697 subscribers, so we're just under 105,700. Hopefully, we can break 106,000 in the next day or two. So please consider subscribing to this channel. That would be terrific from you guys. Thank you so much. If you don't mind. Fabulous. Absolutely. Yes. How are we doing on the thumbs up? 2,500. You guys just aren't jumping on those thumbs ups for me, are you? You're just not doing it. I wish you would, though. Would really nice to see. It would be nice to see to hit 3,000 of those. But hey, you don't want to do it. You don't want to do it. I understand. I'll go cry in the corner later. I'll weep I'll weep with my tears into my sweatshirt all alone, abandoned by my followers. What can I say? Welcome, Canadian subscribers. I love it. Thank you for a new member, Thies Baines. Thank you, Thies, for joining this channel as a member. Appreciate that. Welcome aboard. We've got a bunch of emojis for you. And I know you will give us a thumbs up. I know you will. I can count on you. I don't know about these other viewers. I got viewers today that are being chintzy today. Got 2,600 now, but my viewers are being chintzy with thumbs up. So I must have said something wrong. I don't know. I must have made somebody mad. I don't know what it is, but I'm trying, man. There you go, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Ryan. Bruce, they're laughing. I got my T-shirts, bagels with Bruce today. Thank you. Way to go, BB Rush. B Rush, way to go, buddy. Glad you got that stuff. Bruce, you jumped 4,000K on the delay. Is that right? Thumbs ups. Works only once, man. I've done my part. Was it 9? I just crashed my car trying to give you a thumbs up. See you tomorrow, gang. A solid day today. Thank you, Bruce. If I could hit the thumbs up twice or more, I would. Thomas is laughing. I'll dress up in an ape costume and stand in front of GameStop headquarters with a sign that says $5 dividend payment, please. Selling the likes short. Don't forget, we're still on a roller coaster ride. Be prepared for up or down sideways. Just keep riding this ride. The Hedgies are watching you, Bruce. I'm sure. Whisper, they're watching you. Cheers from Belgium. A NoCal, Bruce. A non-cal. Really enjoying your streams. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. Sweet. I already did a thumbs up. Thanks, buddy. I've read several articles today describing the journey GameStop is on. Nice to see the narrative starting to change to the story that we've been seeing this entire time. Ryan Cohen transformation is in motion. That's right. Thank you, those of you who've been picking up items on Redbubble, supporting this channel. It's been just great of you to do this. I keep getting these alerts from Redbubble telling me somebody picked up a T-shirt, a sweater, a hoodie, a sweatshirt, a phone cover, a notebook, pillows, all kinds of stuff with this logo on it. Also with this logo on it here, right there, and this logo on it over here, GameStop with Uncle Bruce. Thank you guys for picking up all this merchandise. You guys are helping us dramatically. We get a royalty every time you pick up one of these. Thank you, guys. Shout out to Bruce for landing the Netflix gig. We apparently are going to be on Netflix January of next year. We'll see what happens. We'll keep you posted on what's going on, and we'll see where this takes us. What's happening? When does GameStop do another share offering? They haven't done any share offerings to help any shorters ever. There hasn't been one. Okay. The GameStop people are not offering any help right now to any short seller that I'm aware of, and they haven't helped any out at all. So the question I have is, what price will it take for GameStop to be encouraged to want to issue stock from their treasury? How much money should they sell for? And I don't think around this 192.3 range is anywhere in the wheelhouse at all, anywhere in the near future from what I can tell you. But we'll see, Dave. We'll watch it. Nerd Angel, as you are not a gamer, I don't know how much you understand the current market. Game distribution is primarily digital. Valve is king, and the likes of Ubisoft, EA, or GOG haven't taken their market share. Why will GameStop? There's a good question. Does anyone have an answer for this, gentlemen? John, Uncle B, do you feel the same way about AMC as you do about GameStop? No, but you should know that. If you've watched me in the past talk about AMC and you've had me talk about other stocks, there's only one GameStop company out there with the situation they're sitting on that I'm aware of. And I've had a lot of people be upset at me that I'm not an AMC promoter, but I've never been an AMC promoter. Those of you who know this channel, you know full well that I have followed. I have a list of stocks that I like, which I do post here, right here. And this list here has never had AMC on it. There's never been an AMC recommendation from me or as a favorite of mine, nothing like that. And those of you who follow this channel, you know that. Anyway, Chicago's in the house. Hey, thank you. Chicago in the house. Jose, how you doing, buddy? Nice to have you here. Dang it, Bruce. I keep hitting rewind, but you're not talking backwards. Let's go. What's going on here? What's happening? Bruce, isn't this an AMC channel? I don't think it's an AMC channel. Peter Novak, thank you for becoming a sponsor member of this channel. Thank you for being here. I appreciate this. All of you who are becoming members of the Stock Markets with Bruce channel, man, I am so glad you're here. I'm so happy that you've joined us. I appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. Let's see. Because someone says you can't sell your online games or stream or the other platforms. There you go. Well, you know, GameStop, they have sales for their merchandise, accessories. And I think they're going into the digital side. I think that's coming, that there's a future coming. But, you know, some people don't believe, and that's okay. It's all right. It's okay. Gorilla strong together. Let's go here. What else is going on? It's not about the digital sales of software. It can be a whole ecosystem starting from the digital software with probs, exclusive title, right through the gaming PC market. GameStop is so much more than that. Even us lady gorillas are here. There you go. Bruce, I think that you are bombarded with questions from new viewers. You have progressed to something beyond that. I would easily pay at least $20 plus to interact with you on a chat. I do appreciate that. It is true. How many we have? There are a whole bunch of new viewers coming in all the time because I'm being discovered by a lot of new people, which, you know, is exciting, but it is what it is. 47 thumbs downs are duty heads. Right on. What else we got? God, I wish I could sell digital games. Zachary, thank you for this donation. Replying to Nerdangle above. I think GameStop, the idea is that GameStop becomes the Amazon of gaming gear and goods. They jumped into PC hardware. More is coming. I think much more is coming. I agree with that. Peter, thank you for this donation, Peter. Appreciate it. Welcome aboard. And I'm glad you're here, and I hope you enjoy the show and the channel. Let's see here. Let's see. How difficult is it to license games from the proprietor on a contract basis for GameStop, eliminating the need for hard copies? It can be done overnight for GameStop. Cohen knows. I think so. I don't put it past Mr. Cohen that something big is coming up here. Stock Markets with Bruce, which of your recommended SPACs do you expect to announce their mergers first? Well, the first one I thought we were going to hear about was this one here, the IPOE. I think IPOE will be finished by the end of next week. That's, I think, the first one. That was announced in January, early January. So that one is the furthest along the road to becoming a standalone company. The Social Capital company, their shares are $16.50 at the end of the day. That's exactly where they are after hours. And they have been, oh my gosh, they've been as high as 28.26 and as low as 10.37. And they're now at 16.50. So there's been anticipation already. This company will be known as SoFi Financial. So that will be the first one of the 7 that I'm talking about for SPACs. But then after that, it's a crapshoot between Gores Holdings, Virgin Group, SVAC, FAII. We'll be waiting for that. FAII may have come back to trade. Back to 10.08, now at 10.13 in the aftermarket. Looks like FAII is back up and running again. Well, for whatever reason, it was halted for a while. I don't know why, but these deals are well down the road to their completion as well. They will all complete their deals. Rest assured, they will all complete their deals. But I think that we are about 30 days away to 45 days away on most of those. So in about a 2-week window, all 6 of those SPACs will convert, and then I'll be here telling you about each one. And then I will be updating you on every one of them going forward, all 7 of these guys, plus additional stocks I will find. And remember, if you become a member of this channel, you will start getting, and some of you already started getting them now, you're going to get alerts from yours truly from time to time, where you're going to be given heads up on certain stocks, especially the new ones that I'm going to add to this list. You will have a little bit of head start on the rest of the channel because membership has its privileges, and members of my channel will be given alerts on stocks that I will add to my list here, so that you can follow a little earlier than others what's going on. So before I announce it to the wide world of YouTube, what my next favorite stock is, you guys will be ahead of the market or the rest of the channel they're ahead of the YouTube community by at least 48 hours. And so another reason to consider becoming a member of the channel, stock alerts from yours truly, whether they're buys or whether I'm telling you to avoid something. There will be times you'll get an alert from me where I'll say, hey, listen, don't touch this one. Stay away from this stock. Issues, problems, sellouts, whatever, margin calls. And that'll give you a little bit of a heads up to avoid potential mistakes. We want to do that. Absolutely. Why can't we buy a shirt and a mug with a Bagel logo in Denmark? I didn't know you couldn't. I didn't know that Redbubble doesn't exist there. I'm assuming you have gone to my homepage. I'm assuming you've gone up here to find the little Redbubble logo. And I've assumed you've clicked on that, and I've assumed you've attempted to make a purchase. Am I correct in my assumptions? And you're not allowed in? Is that truly is that truly true? Is that actually true? Because I have had others be able to buy wherever they are merchandise through my Redbubble store. Double check on that and let me know. But I don't know what else to make into that. I thought Redbubble was all available throughout the entire European Union. I wish I had Bruce's confidence to read online comments out loud without pre-screening. I wish I had that. Anyway, well, you cannot buy consoles or graphic cards on Steam, right? Maybe you can't. Maybe you can't do that right now. Made me log into my other emails on YouTube to give an extra 3 thumbs ups today. Thank you so much for that dedication today. That's awesome. Sedefin, I've been at work all day. What was the news on GameStop today? New executives hired by the company. Good news. Check out the news. Mr. T, could the brokers currently delay or prevent the short buy-ins because they know that the hedge funds won't have enough assets, as the buy-in would raise prices and the brokers would lose their dollar lend to the hedge funds? So brokerage houses want to keep the stock down so their clients won't lose as much, therefore keeping them solvent. I don't know why a brokerage house would help a client like that. I think that's kind of illegal. I'm kind of thinking market manipulation charges could be brought if that was ever brought to light, and that would leak out. That would only be a matter of time before that kind of news got out, and that would be a bad thing. So, yeah, I don't see that. I don't see something like that actually happening. Clients make and lose money all the time. Clients make money, lose money. It happens all the time. And sometimes brokers have to chase down clients for money. It happens, part of the business. Bruce Haluka, thank you, Bruce. Great name, by the way. Thank you for becoming a member of this channel, buddy. Thank you. Troy Gibbs, hey, buddy. Thank you for becoming a member of Stock Markets with Bruce, becoming a member of the Hangin' with Uncle Bruce Club. Thank you. And also to Mediocre MD. Mediocre. Thanks, Doc. Thank you, Doctor, for coming in. The doctor is in the house, and I thank you for joining us as well. All right, there you go. Again, all of you as members, you will get alerts every time I do an update on my picks and any alerts that I bring up to you that you should be aware of. You'll never know when they come out, because sometimes I'll do an alert at 3 in the morning. I might do an alert at midnight your time. You don't know. You'll get a special message. It'll be a private email message direct from YouTube for members only, and you'll be able to check that out and stay on top of that. Philip Haas, can you talk about Nav Site Holdings, please? What can I tell you about Nav Site that I haven't already mentioned? Nav Site is closed tonight at 996. It was all day today underwater. 994 for the low, high of 1003, volume of 221,000. They're going to merge with Spire Global, which is a satellite data company. And I like this business, man. I like this biz. Satellite data is the cloud, is the future, and is the way most data farms will be able to stay on top of news, and data will be through satellites. And this is a huge business. These guys are going to be at the cutting edge of data retrieval, data acquisition, data transmission and retrieval going forward through satellite technology. I mean, this is huge. I mean, Elon Musk, SpaceX needs guys like this to do what they do. All the cars, all the Tesla vehicles, the self-driving systems, every brand of car around the world will eventually have self-driving technology, all powered from satellites. And who's got the data? Who handles the data for every car on the planet, every car company on the planet? Just think about how much, what we're talking about here. Every airplane in the sky, satellite data. That's what these Navstar is going to be about. Spire Global. This stock is a bargain. This stock will be a money cash generator like you cannot believe forever. Czechoslovakia doesn't exist anymore. It was divided in 1993, but Czechs and Slovaks remain friendly. We call the historical split the Velvet Revolution. Sorry for non-stock related comment. It's all good, Peter. That's good trivia. I know. Czech Republic has gone its direction. Slovakia has gone its direction. Both at one time were under the Soviet, behind the Iron Curtain. Now out and part of the West. And Prague is a bucket list city. The Czech Republic, Slovakia, bucket list for Jen and I. Can't wait. Someday, can't wait. I sure hope it'll happen, sure. Thank you for that donation. I really appreciate it. I will cherish this moment forever, Uncle Bruce, that you called me out. You called me the doctor. Thanks, Doc. I appreciate it. Great, Scott. When this stock hits 1,088 miles an hour, we're going to see some serious stuff. Thank you, buddy, and welcome to the channel. Bruce, you should share your stock picks only with members and leave everyone out in left field. That's how you should do it. Well, there you go. Ferrigan, Bruce, what do you call a subpar doctor? Mediocre, maybe? Okay. Is it called Chechnya now? What's a sell button, by the way? Thomas, thanks, Doc. Michael Riley, mediocre MD, that's my guy. Buy and hold. I would enjoy drinking coffee with real legit, and I don't know what this means. Gorilla, something, I don't know what that is. Mediocre. At least he's great with the math. Laugh out loud. NSH had got some lawyer issues. Official notice the other day in the news. Again, every public company in the world has legal investigations potentially happening from these law outfits that actually are trying to grab publicity for their law firm by issuing press releases naming public companies that they are investigating. They're doing nothing. They have no clients. They have no case. They have nothing. They're just doing a press release to make it appear to you that the public company's got all kinds of problems and there's all kinds of issues. I should read this announcement, and then you can call this 800 number and talk to the lawyer, especially if you're a shareholder. They are trolling to get you to contact them so they can put you down on a list to send you alerts and try to get you to become eventually a client of their law firm. They're not interested in suing your public company. They want you to use them for legal affairs. Get a will made, when you buy and sell a house, incorporating a business. That's what they're doing. They're trolling for customers by riding the back of a publicly traded company. It's a complete scam. It's a sham. It's bunk. Do not fall for this nonsense. It's all that is, guys. But then what do I know? I'm an old man. I have 45 years experience. What the hell do I know? Anyway, thank you all for being here. We got 12 minutes to go and this show's done. Bless you, Bruce. I would have the courage to read all of this and would stumble on words. So much fun to watch what you're doing. Thank you. Uncle Bruce works so hard. I want to help him retire for real. Yeah, Chechnya or Czech Republic is how you say it. Thank you, Peter, so much for being here. I'm glad you're here, man. It's fantastic. AB, Soren, they always do that. It means nothing, these law firms. It means nothing. Thank you. I don't want a self-driving car. Okay, AB, cheers. Do you know why? Do I know why? What? Saren, T, those kinds of stories are put out by law firms. Read them, but take them with a grain of salt, as always. Are subscribers the same as those who have joined? How many have you joined so far? No, subscribers are different. Subscribers have subscribed to this channel, and there's 105,000 plus subscribers who get alerts because you hit the little bell icon. I hope if you've subscribed, you hit the bell alert. Hit the bell button. You'll get an alert every time I go live. I do a video, anything like that. Members are those folks who are commenting here. The members have a logo beside their name, one of the donut logos, and you guys are commenting. Now I'm just noticing right now. It looks like I don't have. Am I right here? You guys are all members right here, aren't you? For whatever reason, I'm looking at the logos beside your names, and you're all sitting with YouTube logos. But in any event, you're able to use emojis, and you are, and you're all members. There we go. There you go. I have it. And so you all got your logos beside your name, and you can use emojis that we have made for you, and you can comment on the show, and you're the ones who get these alerts. And so becoming a member of this channel moves you up the list a little higher to participate in the live show and to become a member. And I appreciate all of you for doing that. Okay. Thank you all so much. Love it. It's green. If it's green, it's a member. There you go. We've all got our member jackets on. Alex, you look like a member to me. Right now we have 2,900 thumbs ups, 52 thumbs down. So we're trying to do a 60-to-1 ratio. If we can get up to 3,000 thumbs ups, we've got a 60-to-1 ratio approximately. Good versus evil. The rebel force versus the empire. Thank you all for the thumbs ups. Keep them coming in. I appreciate it, and I love the fact that you're supporting this channel in every way you can. To let YouTube know, this is where you come to if you want to hang out with some good folks that want to know what's going on and play in English out there. I appreciate that, and so much enjoy you coming by and hanging out with me. It's pretty darn cool that you're here, okay? Fabulous. 2,900 thumbs ups with 55 down. Hit that thumbs up button, guys. Hit it hard. Hit that thumbs up button. Help me out here. And we'll see you tomorrow. That's right. We're down to 8 minutes to go, and this show is done for the day. Farmer reading about SPACs. Once they go public and hedge funds sell their 20% as the fee, doesn't this bring share price down and leave the bag holders? Well, you keep forgetting the one little thing, that the one little tiny detail. First of all, the deal has to go through between a private company and the SPAC. Those who are raising the cash to create the SPAC are probably key members of the $10 pipe financing that's coming in on top of everything else, which puts these guys into these deals to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. And so they're not walking away from these SPACs whatsoever. You were hearing stuff like that and you believe that, you are gullible, because there's no way that is happening. You tell me that 90% of SPACs out there are losers. I tell you, I don't think so. I think if you wait a year after each SPAC's deal is consummated and the company has changed its name and is now trading as a full-blown public company, I don't know how many losers there will really be. I doubt that there'll be very many of them under $10 a share anymore. I think that these companies, when they get additional financing and they go public now with 600, 700, 800, 900 million in fresh cash, they have plans and they are going to be very busy newly listed public companies. All their investors, all their employees are now part of a publicly traded company. The excitement just reigns supreme. These guys will be out to expand aggressively. And I think the opportunities for you as shareholders getting in at $10, I think are fantastic. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I don't know how you can get this kind of a deal. There is no way that you're going to be able to buy an IPO when it first starts trading on the open market, where you can triple or quadruple your money in the first year of an IPO. There's no way. Even if you got in on the IPO, I don't know if you can make that kind of money. I think on these deals, you can buy at 10 or 11 or 12 or $13 a share on these ground floor scenarios. let the merger happen, give it a year, let the new company with all this cash and all this momentum get out there and make stuff happen. I think you've got yourself a real opportunity here. If these shares go to $30 a share, you tripled your money. You wanted to buy the IPO. Remember the IPO that went public not even, 2 months ago? It was called, where am I here? It was called Bumble. Bumble went public, opened at about $80 a share, went to $84 a share, was underwritten at $43 a share. $43 issue. The guys who doubled their money were almost the ones who sold on the first day because they were able to get out in the 80s. They didn't quite double their money, but close enough. But that would be like a SPAC going from 10 to 20, nonetheless. That stock hasn't been there since. That stock right now, how much do you want? $59.60. It's still up from its initial IPO offering of 43 if you were lucky enough to get it at 43. I don't know any of my viewers that got it at 43. This thing would have to go to $129 a share for you to triple your money. I'm wondering, of the 7 SPACs that I have recommended, how many of these 7 SPACs that I've talked to you guys about after they do their deal and within a year will at least touch $30 at least one time? And that's a triple for all of you guys. I don't know how Bumble will do. You compare all the other IPOs that have gone public, Airbnb and DoorDash and every other company that's gone public. How many of them tripled or quadrupled in the first year? A handful, maybe. Not every one of them. No way. And I don't even know if many of them even doubled from the opening price of the stock where you could buy at. Remember this. Don't talk to me about the IPO price. You couldn't get it at the IPO. I could never have gotten it at the IPO. We're talking about the first trade on the open market where retail investors are allowed into these hot deals. Tell me, how many of those could you have doubled or tripled or quadrupled your money in the first year? You're not going to come up with much of a list. Not much at all. The SPACs at $10. That's a deal. That's an opportunity. That's a real steal of a deal. And you don't have to put in $20,000 to get into these deals. You can buy $100 worth. You can buy 100 shares. Throw $1,000 on spec into a SPAC deal at around $10, $12 a share. Throw in $1,000, $1,200 as if you're risking your life or something. No. And you're free trading and you can flip anytime you want. You got the world by the tail on these SPAC deals. I say, that's my opinion on it. The catch is, and the trick of it is to find the right SPAC that you want to buy into. And that's why I've found these 7 so far. I like these 7 deals, all of them. I like every one of them. I think you can make some good money on all these guys. These companies are going to be cash generators, nice cash generators. And these shares aren't going to be $10 a share anymore. No way. But that's my opinion, not yours. It's okay. Michelle, Barron's GameStop stock rises after it hires former Amazon executive. Really? What about the shorts? Yes, there's that too. There's that too. AB, throwing me a donation here in the last 2 minutes of the day. Can't help but notice Vizio listing and their smart TVs on GameStop website. Vizio might release a box that lets you stream Xbox and PlayStation games. Console makers want out of the console business. The money is in software and apps. Isn't this interesting? Very, very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out with these companies. Buy and hold stocks market with Bruce. I'm done with my rant. I'll reserve a weekend session when I'm in the green. Don't stop speaking the truth, Bruce. Okay. Thank you. Vizio banking on the advertising dollars. There you go. And then again, DoorDash is a potential takeover target. You think so, Michael? You think the DoorDash is a takeover target? Think again, my friend. I don't think so. DoorDash now is so overpriced. DoorDash, oh my gosh, $130 a share. The all-time high was $256. It's been a dog ever since that time. Still has a market cap of $42 billion. You telling me that this is a takeover target, a $42 billion market cap door delivery company? I don't think so. I think this is so out of whack with reality. They don't make money. They don't have a PE multiple. I don't know why anyone would buy these guys. If these guys were a takeover target, they would have been taken over before they went public, not now. They are so out of whack. People have lost millions on this deal since it went public. The Airbnb stock, high trade, 219, almost 220, sitting at 183. It can't hit new highs. They don't make money either. They have no profit. I'm looking at this company at 111 billion market cap. 111 billion market cap. And our friends over at DoorDash, what did I tell you the market cap was? 42 billion. GameStop has revenues. They made a profit last quarter on 5 billion in sales. Oh no, 2 billion in sales the last quarter. That's like 8.4 billion for the year. That stock has a market cap right now of approximately $14 billion. You talk underpriced? You want to talk about an underpriced company? GameStop. Way underpriced compared to these guys. I mean, come on. Yeah, GameStop has the upside here, not these guys. But you know what? These guys were underwritten by Wall Street brokerage firms as an IPO, the second coming of the Lord. It was going to be the greatest money maker ever. How many people got sucked in on the first day of trading and have been losing money, losing all kinds of money? I'm telling you, I wonder. That DoorDash, the opening trade on DoorDash was what, 186 bucks. You can have it now for 130. How much of that do you want? Airbnb, the first trade was it down here actually? 144. So it's still higher than its original price, but it only got to 212. It didn't double from the initial release of stock. Right now it's 183. So you're up 40 bucks, but you're not double or triple your money like you could on a SPAC from 10 to 20 or 30. Keep an eye on the SPAC. A. Kessel, a new member. Hey, buddy, thanks for joining me. And right at the end of the show here, thanks for becoming a member, man. I appreciate this. Make sure to join me tomorrow, 1 hour before the opening and 1 hour before the close tomorrow again, as we go through the last day of the first quarter, March 31st, tomorrow, Wednesday. Oh, are we ready? I think we're going to see shenanigans all over the place. I feel it. I just sense nonsense about to happen tomorrow. There could be opportunities tomorrow to buy some cheap stock on GameStop. Maybe not. We'll be here to watch it. We'll see what's going on. All of you in the meantime, thank you for being here. I love it. We're going to keep an eye open to see when what 8 people are going to be nominated to the board of GameStop. We're going to watch for that. That could be a lot of fun coming up. Thank you in the meantime for your support of this channel. Thank you for the 3,000 thumbs ups. We got 3,000 now, 60 on the downside, 3,000 on the upside, 50-to-1 ratio, plus to minus. Thank you guys so much for hitting those thumbs ups for me. I appreciate it. But in the meantime, have a wonderful evening. Keep your eye open on my channel. There might be a video coming out tonight. And watch for alerts. You never know when an alert will come your way. My friend, Mr. Kessel here, A. Kessel, you now will get alerts if there are any released tonight. If I release an alert on a new stock, you're getting that alert tonight, buddy. So keep an eye open for that. You never know when the next one comes out. Guys, thank you so much. Have a pleasant evening. Stay safe. Stay healthy for me. Make a lot of money tomorrow in the markets. Let's see what we can do. We should have some fun tomorrow. Should be crazy times. And we'll keep you posted on where it's going at. Everybody, thank you. Lots of thanks and everything from everybody. Appreciate that very much. Thank you. Same time, same place. Sleep well. Good night. Rest. Have a great evening. Jen will take care too. I thank you all so much for this. Appreciate all your kind words. Cheers to all of you out there. Absolutely. Have a pleasant evening. We'll see you tomorrow, 1 hour before the opening. And let's have some fun tomorrow and make a bunch of money. Okay, guys, take care and bye for now.